Hello, sir. Uh,
Yes.
Thank you for taking some time out from your busy schedule for the interview. Starting, my question is, what are your views on the National Education Policy 2020?
Okay. If you look at the national education policy, it has given a holistic approach to education. It promotes skill-based education and enhances practical skill of the students. This is very important of this particular policy. The student will have a wider knowledge. There has been emphasis on practical skill. The student can take a subject of his choice. The student will learn where his skill is, and that will lead to development. Another very important thing is the previous education, we just stuck to one particular course or one particular degree, and then if the sector was bad, then we could do nothing. Today, a student has a choice that he learns something and something else. So if the sector, one particular sector goes bad, like now what we have noticed in the COVID time, you should be able to switch over to another sector. So these are some of the main advantages of the new education policy. And definitely it will benefit the future generation.
Rightly said, sir. Sir, moving on to my next question. How does Tolani Maritime Institute, Pune, ensures that all the students who graduate from the college are industry ready?
Yeah, okay. First is our syllabus is provided by what we call STCW Convention, which is the standard of training, certification, and watchkeeping provided by International Maritime Organization. This syllabus is basically competency-based. It is not just only theory. There's a lot of practical attitude. Everything is included in it. That means the person has to be competent. So when we train a cadet, it is not only teaching, but also training. We make them competent to be a good seafarer, a good officer, good merchant navy officer. That's the first part in a training itself. The syllabus itself provides that. The second thing is that we have a lot of practical component in our training. Now in Tolani Maritime Institute, we have a ship in the campus, which is all the machinery, a structure of the ship has been constructed, and all the machinery which are there in the ship are also there in the working condition. So the students get a hands-on experience. Then we have a number of simulators so that the training is there exactly what is required on a ship. So another very important aspect is in this profession, we require an officer-like quality. That is also a part of our training. So our training itself is such that a lot of practical components are there and everything is related to what is exactly on the ship. So by the time the student goes to the ship, he's familiar with the ship and he has no problem. He just takes over as if he has been there for a long time.
Okay. Moving on to my next question. What are the different industry connect programs that take place in Tolani Maritime Institute, Pune to give students a corporate flavor?
Yeah, okay. Now what we do is, you see, firstly, we have a placement cell and they normally are in touch with all the various companies, shipping companies mainly. Then we invite all the shipping company professionals during a graduation ceremony or any function which is there. Then when we have a Transtech, we normally invite them. So and again, we have the companies come to TMI for carrying out the annual audit. So that way we have a lot of connection between the institute and the companies, most of the shipping companies.
Okay. Tell us about the diversities that the company come from for the placements and internship at your institute.
Yeah, the majority, see, we are training basically for working on the ship. Okay, that has been, so majority will be shipping companies. But today it has changed over slightly to maritime sector. And when I talk about maritime sector, it's going to shipyards. Then some of the students are going for surveys, okay, classification survey and all that. Then we have a student now going for commercial side, that is shipbroking, the chartering. There also some of our students have gone, that is alumni have gone over there. Then some have specialized in maritime law. So previously it was only connected to only shipping, working on board the ship. Today, it has slowly diversified the maritime sector. And also some of our students have also gone for offshore because offshore industry is coming a very big way. So some of our alumni have also joined offshore industry. So this is the diversification has already started.
Okay. What would you like students to know about Tolani Maritime Institute Pune that they might not know already?
Okay, first is Tolani Maritime Institute specializes on maritime training. What we have to understand is that India is one of the largest supplier of manpower, especially officers in the world. Most of the ships are manned by Indians. We are not the number one, but we are number two or three, somewhere there. So majority of ships are, quite a large number of ships are manned by Indian officers. Now, the wages at sea are much higher than what is ashore. So this is one way. And then you have a lot of leave. That means about 3 to 4 months and 5 months leave you can have where there is no disturbance. So this is not possible in any shore job. So the profession itself has got its own advantage. Our training covers attitude, skill, and knowledge. Not only just studies, but all the three. Now, TMI infrastructure, it's a 100-acre campus with over thousands of trees full of greenery. Then we have a ship in the campus, as I mentioned earlier, with all the machinery there. So there is a hands-on experience of exactly how to operate on the ship. We have a boat, a lake where, boat training is also provided. Then we have a number of simulators for hands-on training. We have a swimming pool because swimming is compulsory for every student who passes out. Soft skill development is provided. We have a number of guest lectures from eminent personalities. Then we have a lot of sports facilities. We have a large football field, a volleyball court, then basketball court, your badminton court, squash court, tennis court. You talk of the games, every sports is there. Then the cadets are encouraged to take part in extracurricular activities. We have the hobby club. So there are a number of hobby clubs. So if you have a certain hobby, we encourage that. If you're good in music, you join the hobby club, and then we encourage you to, develop your talent in music. So every child has, take part in a hobby. So by the time he passes out, not only does his studies, he will, he has to do something on a sport. So at least one game you should be proficient in, and also one or two hobbies. Another very important point to note is our students are from all over India. So you have the students from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or from Gujarat to Northeast. So this profession, what happens is shipping is multicultural and multinational. In a ship, you can have up to 4 nationalities. So now the first step is when a student comes over here, he deals with people from different states, different languages, different culture. Then he learns to deal with people of different nationalities the moment he passes out. So then again, our placement cell, they are in constant touch with the placement partners. We have a constant feedback from the companies, from industry. And depending on the feedback, we keep updating our training. So this is exactly what happens at TMI.
Okay. What are some of the plans that you're currently designing for Tolani Maritime Institute Pune and for its students?
Yeah, first is that we are procuring a number of simulators now, upgrading it. We already had the simulator. We are upgrading them to a much better one, the latest one. And that will be a boiler simulator, the main engine simulator, the bridge maneuvering, ship maneuvering simulator, the complete bridge simulator, which covers all the equipment on the bridge. Then the liquid cargo handling simulator, which is for the specialized vessels like tankers, gas carriers, and chemical tankers. For that, again, we are getting the simulators. Then we have simulators for welding. So we are now procuring a number of simulators. And simulator training gives a hands-on experience. That's one of the best training you can provide is on the simulator. Even evaluation we can do on the simulator. The ship at the campus, of course, it gives the same environment as working on board the ship. We'll have a learning management system. The student can access whatever information they want from the LMS. They will also be providing the quizzes on the LMS. Then the cadets are encouraged to present papers and various conferences, take part in all the activities which is done, whether it's sports activity or paper presentation or model making activity. From anywhere, we normally encourage our cadets to take part. Another very important thing is not only the cadets, unless the teacher is good, the students cannot be good. So we have faculty development program. Our faculties are encouraged to higher studies. They're encouraged to update their knowledge. They're encouraged to take part in all the seminars, attend all the seminars, all the conferences. So our library has all the possible books and all the possible magazines. So one is that not only the student development, we also look at the faculty development. Because unless the faculties are not developed and updated, the students cannot be updated. So we have both the development which takes place over here.
Okay. What do you think should be Tolani Maritime Institute top priority over the next 3 years?
Yeah, now first we have to understand shipping is an international business, which I mentioned earlier, and the ships will have multinational crew. So our students have to compete with people from all the nationalities. A normal person takes a job, he only competes with Indians. Now here, our students have to compete internationally. So the moment you say compete internationally, you have to be a step ahead of other nationalities. So that is the reason why we have to constantly upgrade our training to meet the industry needs. Now, when I talk about constantly upgraded training, new equipment are coming, new development is taking place. So the moment a new development takes place, a new equipment comes, a new method comes, that we have to teach our students. We can't have an old syllabus and say that I'm satisfied with that. We have to go on upgrading our syllabus, upgrading our training method. Now, our emphasis is to ensure that the students possess the right skill required by shipping industry. And one very important point, what we look here is a student employable? Because there's no point, giving a person a degree and he's not employable. So what we look at is he employable? That's why we have something known as an employment index for every student to see which area is lacking. So upgrade that, because studies is only one part from employment point of view. There are a lot of other factors. So this is one area, the employment index or the employment score, we call it. And that is also provides an overall development. Now, what we require in future is use of technology in teaching. Chalk and blackboard is okay, but today technology is required. Now, the emphasis should be on learning rather than teaching. That concept has to change. The future will be blended learning. Now, when I talk about blended learning, you will have part lectures in the classroom, class lectures online. Now, why I'm talking about online lecture is I'll have a specialist maybe in some part of the country. So I can have a lecture from that specialist person from there sitting in his office or sitting in his room. He can give a lecture of 1 or 2 hours on that particular topic, or I can even have it internationally. So this is what we have to look for. We can't just be, looking at a person in a classroom lecture, but we have to have blended learning. Now, another very important thing is, in the advantage of blended learning is that the lectures are recorded. And once the lectures are recorded, one of the biggest advantages what we find is, now, supposing I have not understood what the teacher has said, I go back, listen to whatever the recording, and then update myself. Then there should be the learning management system, self-learning material. There should be a lot of quizzes so that learning through evaluation is one area which will be required. One other thing we have to understand is that every student learns in his own pace, in his own way. Now, when we have a normal system of a class, it is the teacher's phase. That's why it is teacher-centric. Now we have to look at it as student-centric. So the student can learn his own pace because every child learns his own pace. And that's why the blended learning system, learning management system, all that is equally important for, upgrading it. And we also have to look at the overall development of the student, not only just passing an exam, but overall development. This is one area which we have to look at it for future.
Okay, sir, earlier you mentioned that Tolani Maritime Institute have a diversified students coming from all across India. I wanted to know how welcoming is your institute for the students coming out of India to pursue their education?
Yes, we will welcome the students who are coming from abroad. The only problem is that their 12th standard board has to be recognized by the Association of Indian Universities. Okay, that is one area. And the second one is they have to pass the IMU CET. So we do get 1 or 2 students from abroad, but then these procedures have to be completed. So we have a certain restriction from Director General of Shipping about the age, all that is there. So once they are then you have 60% marks in PCM, that is physics, chemistry, maths. So whatever marks they get is it equivalent to our 60%. Now, once all that is there, then they are able to join. So we did have a few foreign students who had come over there.
Okay. Sir, what do you think about how COVID-19 has hit the education industry?
Yes. Now, COVID-19 has impacted everybody all over the country. Online classes cannot replace your contact classes. This is very, very clear. The reason is number of students. I'm not talking about Tolani, I'm talking about all over the country. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So number of students, even I see the village schools and all that, they have a problem with internet connectivity. So this is one area we have to understand. So what do? What we require is that how are we going to fill up the gap? So yes, today I can't have contact classes. I'll have online classes. Online classes has got a restriction because even with net connectivity, maybe I'm not able to hear the lecture properly. Sometimes my net may fluctuate. So I miss out, a few minutes. This can happen anywhere. So therefore, the recorded lecture should be available to the student. This is very important. The learning management system must be robust. There should be a lot of self-learning material. There should be a lot of quizzes. So this gap which is there, which I missed out for the online classes, that should be available. This is one very important thing when we talk about your, in COVID-19, how we have to go about. The other thing is that sometimes, that we are online when you're trying to take a lecture for a mathematical subject. Now, it's not that easy. So the teacher must have your XP pen, which is there. Nowadays, you're getting in the market, which is like a normal blackboard. So with that, you try and teach a student or try to make a video of what has been covered. So these are something innovation which people have to try to fill up the gap which is there because of this problem. We can't keep complaining COVID-19 has spoiled the education. We have to find out how do we overcome this problem. Yes, there are challenges, but we have to overcome it. So these are the methods which we have to use to overcome these issues.
Yeah. Sir, moving on to my last question. What valuable advice would you like to give to the students who want to pursue a prospective career ahead?
Yes. The first and the foremost thing is COVID-19 has been a setback to the whole country. We all have to bounce back. That means we have to put in a lot of effort. We can't take it easy. Yes, something has gone wrong. It's beyond our control. What we have to understand is, if you really look at history, after the Second World War, Japan and Germany were shattered. But they bounced back and they were the most developed countries today. So even India, we can do that. And all of us have to do it. We can't just go on complaining that COVID, the setback, when business is down. What are we going to do in future? This is one very important thing we have to do. Another advice I'd like you to get is, take a job where your strength lies. All human beings have got areas of strength and areas of lesser strength. What happens for many of us is we take up a job which is the area of a lesser strength, we don't excel. But if I take up a job which the area of strength lies, we normally excel. So this is one thing where all our students must do it. Then some of the students may have concern that artificial intelligence is coming a big way, so the jobs are going to reduce, so will I have a job? But the answer is very clear. There is always a job for a competent person. If you're good, you have a job. So what do? Become good, become competent. So there's no point complaining. Market will be there, market will change, the jobs will change, the methods will change, but we have to be a step ahead of it. We have to be competent. We have to be a good, because a job is always there for a competent person. So become competent. That's my final advice.